Yo, my name is Ollie. You might know me as Far Too Loud, and I'm here at La Nuit Rouge, and you are watching Intruders TV.
About your new EP, your last one was Firestorm. It was in September, if I'm right.
Yeah.
And was it long to prepare? Because 8 month gap, it's a long to release an EP.
Yeah. What you don't realise is actually like the Firestorm EP tracks I'd actually written the year before that they were released. I'd written them in 2011, I think, and then they were on my hard drive for ages. And then after I'd written them, I was doing a load of remixes and stuff. And then the Firestorm tracks, I kind of came back to them because the mix downs weren't quite right. So I finally got the mix downs sorted out, and then was like, right, we're ready to put these out. So they came out, and then after they came out, I was doing a bit of remixing, and then sort of did all that remixing stuff, and all the remixes came out. And then I was back in the studio again, and it took a little bit of time. It was basically after last summer. It took a little bit of time, I found to sort of get back into the swing of being inspired and producing. And there were just some weeks where I was just like, nothing's really coming out. And then from the start of this year onwards, I've just been really inspired. I completely wrapped up the EP. And got really happy with it. So it's really strange how that happened. I think it's because at the end of the summer there was still a lot of gigs going on, and I was just really busy, and there seemed to be a lot of other things happening in my life. So when I sat down to work in the studio, and in the week I had only like 3 days, and even for that 3 days there was like loads of other stuff going on in my head. Whereas I kind of really streamlined stuff so that there's a lot less I had to think about this year, and that's, I think, just left me a little bit more space to be creative in my head for certain. And time in life, I guess. Yeah.
And when you prepare the Faster Than Light, is this a kind of concept you think about, or is just producing as usual and be happy about what you've done?
No, this is definitely a concept that I'd thought about before, because I don't know if you've watched Battlestar Galactica or something. They always talk about FTL drives and stuff, and FTL is obviously the initials of Far Too Loud and stands for Faster Than Light in sci-fi stuff. So it's actually been in my head for like a few years to do a track or EP called Faster Than Light. And then I just finally got round to doing it. Like, that was the first track from the EP that I wrote, and it came out, it came out the way that I wanted it to come out. And I was like, yeah, okay, bang, that's that track done. The EP is going to come after that. It's going to be called the Faster Than Light EP. The America tour is going to be called the Faster Than Light tour. It just, everything came into my head. So yeah, it is. And the artwork as well, which I didn't do. I've got a great designer called Carl who sort of visualized that, and he visualized exactly what I wanted as well. So it came together in exactly the way that I'd sort of imagined. It kind of been building up. Yeah.
And for this EP, is this just something in the continuity, or you feel something very different of what you've done until now?
Yes, and well, both. I do feel it's a continuation of what I've done with the last 2 EPs. I feel that like the Ready to Stomp EP and then the Firestorm EP and then this EP, in myself, I feel like there's a sort of a flow that goes from one to the other, then to the next. But there's also new sounds and ideas on this EP. There's certain things that people will hear that they will think are totally new to me, maybe. Whereas I guess they're ideas that have been brewing in my head, so to me they don't feel that new anymore. But when people hear them, I'm sure they'll say, oh, maybe this is a bit different. But I feel it's probably more of a continuation. Yeah.
And it's a new label on which you signed it, Tomorrow Recordings.
Yeah.
They asked you to make the EP, or you sent some demos and they said, yes, we want you to release it?
I basically know Tomorrow Recordings has been set up by the same guys that run Never Say Die, which is sort of a big dubstep label. And they started this label up, and they want to focus more on electro and other sounds that are not so dubsteppy, you know, maybe some 110 stuff and trap and stuff. And I just really like, you know, they put out the first couple of releases from some artists that I really like, and they put out one from Zombie and then one from the Frederick, and I heard these releases and I really liked them, and I really liked the direction in which they were heading, and so I felt it was good, you know, I wanted to be part of where that's going. So yeah, I'm very happy about it.
You got a reputation for high-tech dance floor destroying music. Do you sometimes make some other music in studio that you don't release it for a moment, but that maybe in your future?
Not really at the moment. I've got what time I do have in the studio. I just spend on making far too loud music, and I really enjoy it. So I haven't got a problem with that. You know, maybe, and you know, there's just so many opportunities with the far too loud stuff at the moment that, you know, I'm really happy to dedicate my time to that. So I'm not really making any kind of down tempo stuff at the moment, or anything more relaxed, you know. And I love the vibe in the studio as well. You know, when I'm making some, you know, a big banging track, I just love that kind of feeling. So yeah, I'm happy doing that at the moment. But maybe in the future, one day I'll you know, I'll feel like, oh, I've done that thing now, I'm happy, or, you know, just make something else for fun. But yeah.
And about sometimes some other genre in the electronic music, we spoke about deep house, maybe, I don't know, techno. Are you receptive to that kind of music, and sometimes are you enjoying making some music like this in studio, or much more in dirty electro, dirty house?
I'm definitely receptive to that music. I listen to a lot of it. But yeah, I'm not really making any of it at the moment, and I don't mind that. It's a kind of nice thing in a way when I listen to that kind of music, because I'm not making it. I listen to it with a very different ear to stuff that is very similar to what I'm making. You know, it's a lot. You can get very critical. I get very critical, or start to get a bit critical of stuff that when it's very similar to what I'm making. You know, I kind of split my listening into music that's similar to what I do, and then music that's not similar to what I do, and then stuff that's not similar to what I do. I really enjoy listening to it because I listen to it just completely inspirational musical ear, and there's no, you know, sort of criticizing mix downs or anything like that, or sound design. I really feel when I'm listening to stuff that's more, you know, electro house. Yeah.
So you got your hippies in early June. Are you already working on another one, or maybe you got another one ready to be released soon, or you focus on the promotion of this one?
No, there's not another EP ready to go yet. No. Plans after this EP are not set in stone, but I'm looking at, there's some collaborative work that is in the pipeline.
Okay.
I'm not going to say any more than that yet, but yeah, it's because before I did this EP, I just, you know, I wanted to get some original stuff done that was just me, and now I feel like I've just been working on stuff on my own for too long, and it would be good to try and bounce some ideas off other people. So I think my main focus, definitely for the next 3 or 4 months, is going to be getting some collaborations done.
Okay.
Yeah.
But some collaboration, but for a long term, or for do some one shot with different guys?
No, just for one track. You know, I just want to, you know, hit up some guys. I've been talking to some guys for a while, and we've always been like, yeah, let's do something. So I actually want to make it happen now. Okay. Yeah, just, you know, for one track.
Okay.
Yeah. I released a free track called Drop the Bomb, and it's just on my Facebook page. If you go to my Facebook page, I think it's facebook.com/fartoloud. There's a free download track there as well. It's worth checking out. So.